and he sends a guy to my house, and I'm in LA. Mama's boy. Okay, so he sends this crazy lunatic to my home. Now there's a gated, key coded entry to come into my complex, and then this guy comes banging on my door like a maniac. And I get a phone call from this maniac, I get a text from this maniac, and I get an email from this maniac. The voicemail says, "I'm Bennet Kelley. I'm here on behalf of Scott Pummel. I left you something on your a package at your door. I want to talk to you." I'm like, who the hell? Why is this crazy person in Kentucky sending another crazy person in LA to my home in LA? This is insane. So I wait a few minutes, I open up the door, and I see there's this letter. The letter says, "Stop harassing Scott Pummel and don't write about him online." Yeah, he sent someone, Mark, exactly. It says, "Don't talk about him online," from the Internet Law Center, this place in this one-man show in Santa Monica. "Don't write about Scott Pummel, and you made a death threat." And I'm like, death threat? What? This guy confessed to me that he's on meds and that he was off the meds, and that's why he lied to me for 3 months. I mean, it was just some weird thing. So I said, look, you have to go back on your meds. This is before he sent this crazy guy, right? And he's like, I said, look, get back on your meds. You need to stop doing this kind of stuff. You're too old for this. Someone could get hurt. A friend of mine has watched those shows. One is called Who the Blank Did I Marry? Is one of the shows, right? And it's just like these people that get into these relationships with these insane people that do these three-way love triangles, and crazy things happen. I'm like, you don't need to be 45 years old doing this kind of nonsense, right? So he didn't want his girlfriend to know what he was doing, so he sent this guy to my house. And when I confronted Scott and I said, why, I'm calling him, like, why are you sending this crazy person to my home? And 3 days later, the crazy guy, Bennet Kelley, came back and put a restraining order on my doormat. And he sent me a text, "You've been served." And I'm like, what the keeping this G. I'm like, what is going on, right? I open the door, and there's it's like this thick, okay? And it's like all these filthy, disgusting, nasty lies saying that I was going to murder Scott, his girlfriend Maria, and his dad David. He lives with his dad. Okay, anyway, that's another story. But anyways, he said that I had a gun, and that I'm mentally disturbed, mentally deranged, and unpredictable, delusional. They love to do this crazy, right? This woman's crazy. No, I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Send some guy to my house. So they put this thing on and it was just like just lie after lie after lie. His girlfriend Maria Markowski, she wrote this thing again. Oh, she's crazy. She's delusional. She's this and that. I'm like, dude, you're sleeping with a man that's going out and doing all this stuff behind your back, and you know what? Whatever. Then his business partner wrote this thing that said, "I'm convinced Kama is mentally disturbed." I'm trying to think of because I don't have it in front of me. I'm thinking of what they had said, but his business partner at Chem Station. I'm like, what are you talking about? So anyways, I email this crazy lawyer. I'm like, this is insane, And he's like, we're going to sue you in court. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Exactly. So that's the thing. What happened. They put this thing on my doormat that said I had to go to court and that I was going to. Exactly. So this is what happened. I got sucked into this thing, and the restraining order wasn't real. Okay. And I know it's not real because they've been tampering with the court records for 2 years. They've been tampering with the court, adding hearings that never happened, adding minute orders. Minute orders are court notes. They've been adding all this nonsense. And basically the main thing, hey Carmen, I appreciate it. Yep, but there's a blessing. I'm sorry you had to deal with this. There's a blessing. Yes, it's sad. I went through the same mess. It was heartbreaking. Yes, okay. So I knew I had to share this with people because I know if you're either coming out of it or you're in it or you've never experienced this, it will help you. If you've never experienced this will help you to console and comfort friends and family members that are. If you're in it, I'm going to tell you how to get out of it. And if you're out of it, I'm going to tell you how to heal, okay? So I hire an attorney, okay, and Gary Galperin, and he said, he was like, this is crazy. This creepy lawyer's at your house he was there for 4 hours, sending me 59 text messages. I'm an internet lawyer. I write for the Huffington Post. You're going to regret it. Don't ever talk about Scott online. I'm just like, who are you? Why are you in? So anyways, they put in this restraining order, air quotes, that I was harassing Bennet Kelley, the crazy man that was at my house twice, and that I was going to kill Scott, his girlfriend, his dad, all this crazy lie. I tell this to the attorney. He says, $3,500, and I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to put Bennet Kelley on the stand in front of the judge. He's going to read all these text messages that he was harassing you. I'm going to have him do this. He was like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. My attorney ended up flipping in the wrong, I don't know what, he got bribed. So they paid him and this is illegal, to convince me to sign an agreement that I wouldn't talk about them. And the first time he came to me with this, you can settle, they want to settle. I was like, no, I just want to clear my name. I just want to clear my name and move on. So he was like, no, you should settle because you know what, I can get you some money. I'm like, no, I don't want their money. I want to clear my name. And then he realized I was not motivated by money. He was, okay. That's why he was so excited for me to settle. He goes, sorry, he's moving the chairs. So he says, then he started this mind mess, right? And my own lawyer was saying, well, the judge may not like you. And I'm like, what? But I have the evidence. This is all nonsense. The enemy is a scam artist, yes. So my own lawyer is scamming me. He's saying the judge might not like you. Then he tells me, oh, this is for your protection. If you settle, they're not going to bother you anymore. I'm like, you know what? So finally, after 3 months of my own lawyer coercing me, I said, under one condition, just one condition, you need to file all my evidence so that if someone sees this in 5 years, 10 years, they know it's all BS. So first I say, let me, Mark. Yes, I think it's quiet now. You're so funny. I think it's quiet now. Okay, so my attorney says, I said, just submit my evidence. And I said, look, so I send my attorney an email. I say, this is a letter I'm going to send to the California Bar Association. My lawyer says, oh, no, don't send that now. Red flag. I say, look, I have a friend that I've known since 7th grade, and she said that she'll come with me to the courthouse and speak on my behalf. This was before he coerced me to sign this thing. He's like, no, don't bring your friend. My own lawyer. Don't report him to the California Bar Association. Don't do this. Don't do this. When I first gave him the evidence, he's like, oh no, don't put this in. Don't put this. Like he was working for Bennet Kelley. Like, this is weird. So finally, he coerces me to sign this stupid thing, and it says that I'm not even supposed to talk about my own lawyer. Now, it's one thing when you have an agreement with somebody when you start a business, okay? If there's anything that happens, you don't disparage, you mediate or whatever. But this was after all that. My own lawyer says, you can't even talk about me after this. You want to know why? Hey, Jaron. My lawyer never put the evidence in. It was hundreds of pages. It was everything from Bennet Kelley, his crazy text messages, his emails, his voicemails, Scott's gift, his emails, his voicemails. I had those transcribed. Everything was ready to go. My lawyer didn't do any of that. Okay? So where we're at right now is that, exactly, I didn't know, Kimberly. I didn't know. She says, why didn't I get another lawyer? I didn't know. I didn't understand the law. So when I said Kimberly, maybe I didn't clarify. I had told Yuri, I said, I'm only going to do this if you put my evidence in. Then I was like, okay, you know what? They go out their way. I go to, he was a shady grade. I thought we were done, right? So after I signed this thing, a few hours later, Bennet Kelley comes back and says, Kama needs to sign a second agreement. I'm like, this is insane. I'm not signing anything else. So he has my lawyer forward me an email that says if she doesn't sign another agreement, the enemy must pay you sevenfold plus interest. Amen to that. Brand new. So this crazy lawyer, Bennet Kelley, says she can't, he says, Kama needs to sign another agreement. Maxine, or else I'm going to talk to her stepfather's lawyer. I'm like, why is he bringing my stepdad in? Why is he talking about my stepdad's lawyer? My stepdad's in London. His